Hey, what's up, guys? Got another knife video for you here today. So this is another knife I picked up. It's the Hinderer XM24 with the Bowie stonewash blade and stonewash blue anodized in the back. So let's talk a little bit, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've never been a Hinderer fan, right? I've never thought any of their blades look nice. I just really didn't, and um, I was always I kind of looked at Strider. I was like, yo, those are nice. So my whole thing is, I felt like they call it the Holy Trinity. I think that's bullshit because there's not many Chris Reeves knives that I like. Right, I just never been into that kind of shit. Right, and that's okay. Right, like I said, Hinderer to me were kind of ugly. But when I saw this knife, right, I saw um, I saw E-Knives posted a video. I didn't buy this from E-Knives, but it had the Bowie blade and it had the bronze anodized titanium, and I was like, dude, that's dope. That's dope. I want to check it out because a lot of people talk really well about Hinderer, and I always felt like they're a little bit overpriced for being a production knife. And don't come at me telling me to mid-tech and stuff like that. But I have a lot of good shit to say about this knife. I'll have some bad things as well. So let's talk a little bit. Let's take a look at it. Like I said, stonewash. I bought this knife off a fella, and I am the second owner. But he barely had this knife. He bought it. It was like a catch and let go. He bought it, released it. Um, so uh, when I first got this knife, the sound, it was a little gritty. So I did not spray. I put a little bit of mineral oil in the pivot, and I didn't take it apart though. And now it's so it's so smooth, drop shutty. This is one of the two really drop shutty knife that I have. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not that big of a fan for drop shut knives, and that's just because I have cut myself, right? And I'd rather have more control. However, it is kind of cool to have one or two, and I have two right now. I think so if you know much about if you wonder what the size is, let's do some size comparison. Um, the Ultratech, right? People always say like Hinderer XM24 is so big. I'm like, dude, this is a normal size knife. The XM18 is a small knife. I don't understand. Like, did people's hands get smaller or something throughout the years? Compared to the Hogue EX805. From my point of view, they're about the same size. The Hogue slightly bigger by a tip compared to the Medford Praetorian T. The Hinderer is slightly bigger. Praetorian T is obviously fatter. But let me tell you something about. Let me do real quickly, right? What I like about the Hinderer is how thick the scale handles are. It's actually thicker than the Praetorian T, which a lot of people was like, "What the fuck, really?" But yeah, like they had a skinny model. I was never interested in that. I prefer it thicker. Right, that's what he said, or she said, whatever. This is compared to the ZT038. Right. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but if I was to pick one of these knives, I'm picking the ZT038, and it's just because I feel like for the money, you get a better value. Although this is a great action, there's no knife that beats this in terms of action. I'm gonna shut up and let you guys hear it again. Yeah, it's just, I don't know how the hell they made this knife so, like, it just snap like that, just crackle. But yeah, oh man, I didn't really talk about the handle, right? So it does have a blue and black G10 handle. This is a titanium part piece as well, and man, like I said, I do love this knife. Action's amazing. Let's talk a little bit about the thumb stud. So it's more of a load. I don't know if that makes any sense. You can't just flip it, right? You have to kind of load on it, and I think I know why. It's because when you put any pressure onto this lock bar, whatever the hell you call this, it kind of makes it harder, right? I just want to talk about the cutouts as well. I feel like they cut out a little too much, but it is what it is. Blade center is perfect. But you can use the thumb stud. I'm not going to do that reverse flick. But it's not like this one. Hold on. Here's the Kaiser. Almost bust my ass just now. Here's the Kaiser that I have. And this is one of those knives that you can use a thumb stud. Kind of just flick, as a fidget tool. With the Hinderer, you cannot, right? Like I said, it's more of a load. You have to like pressure, then click it out. See, I just try to do the same thing like with the Kaiser. See, it didn't work. It's a lot easier with some other knives, but this it's just slightly harder. But hey, what's the point, right? I don't like thumb stud only knives usually, and I prefer flippers anyways. But I feel like you can fidget with the flipper a lot more fun. So would I use this knife? Hell no. To me, it's a collectible piece, and it's a toy, right? I know some people's gonna be throwing up for me saying that, but whatever. So like I said, I love this knife, and I think it's super sexy, super aggressive with the blade shape, and it kind of reminds me of the Pokemon Samurott from Arceus Legends. Not the original Samurott, but the new one. It kind of looks like it to me, but same color and everything. I like how thick the blade is as well. I'm never really a big fan of Bowie blades, but man, this is so sexy, right? I want to talk about how comfortable this knife is as well. It's not as comfortable as a Strider SMF or whatever, right? And when I first got my Strider SMF, I was super impressed. But with this knife, I was not as impressed, right? But still very comfortable. I don't really recommend using the choil, even though it's a big choil. I have had cut myself off like this, right? People talk shit about the Strider having that, double choil, but I have never cut myself with the Strider. You can hold the knife many ways. Like I said, amazing knife, man. Can't recommend it more than anything. But like I said, there's some things that piss me off about this knife. And I'll tell you one thing right away. I fucking hate the hardware. I really fucking hate the hardware. They use these shitty tiny hex screws, and it makes me sad they did that. The pivot, I don't hate it as much as most people do, but I still hate it. I hate that these tiny ass fucking I don't understand. Why can't they just make it? I don't know. But they do have a lock bar insert. I don't like how the lock bar stabilizer is right touching the clip. Kind of wish it was up here a little bit, just because that way you can customize it some more. So I don't know if you guys knew this about Hinderer, but you can buy the titanium textured as well. However, that's like $200 something. Even if you were to change the hardware, it's like $100 something. To me, it's crazy how a production knife can get this expensive. A production knife can get this expensive in terms of just buying a scale of the hardware. Which, say what you will, man, I feel like just because it's American made doesn't mean. Why are we paying $200 for just one piece? It's not. Man, I don't understand why they can't just offer it like that, right? Fuck it, like it was this. Why can't they just give you full titanium, what most people want anyways, and just charge us more? I don't know. That way I don't have to fucking, wait and search, and it's just a lot of time consuming shit I don't want to do. Also, another shit I want to talk about by Hinderer. So, there's a lot of Hinderer fanboys out there, right? I'm not one of them. I do love this knife. I'm going to keep this knife. That, oh my God, they just melt and shit like that when they cream the pants and shit like that when you see a Hinderer. But I'm going to tell you right now, and what kind of pissed me off a little bit is this stupid thing here, right? The advertisement is tri-way system. They call it the tri-way system. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That sounds like a fucking revolutionary thing, like a system that, like, hey, all it fucking is that they provide you with 3 different pivot. I guess 2 washers. One's a Teflon washer, the bronze washer, and then a phosphorus bronze washer and bearings. And right now it's in its bearings. To make it seem like it's so fucking revolutionary, and it pisses me off because it really isn't, man. The Chinese company are doing it, and I guess um, you you really just pick one, right? And obviously, you're not gonna pick the Teflon washer. Why the fuck would you do that, anyways? If you like washers, you're gonna pick the Froster's Bond washers, and if you like bearings, you're gonna pick the bearings, right? Why the fuck would you pick the Teflon washers? It's plastic. It's trash, right? So tri-way systems should have said two-way system. That being said, um, it's not revolutionary. It's nothing special, man. Honestly, man. And the fact that they call it a system and blah blah blah, advertise it like it's amazing to me, and all these fucking shill ass YouTubers talking about it like it's amazing. It's this generation's whatever. It's better than no. Shut up. That just irks the shit out of me. But like I said, I love this knife itself, but I feel like there's a lot of gimmick shit here and there. So I just want to talk a little bit real quick. I know it's gonna piss off people, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyways because I say what the fuck I want. Um, for the value, right? This knife versus this knife. I kind of wish I bought the it's discontinued now, the Hinderer version of the ZT. I'm sorry, the ZT version of the Hinderer XM24 over this Hinderer, because of this is double the price of the ZT. Why? It makes no sense. They're both American made. They're both they really is the same fucking build. They're both CTS 20. I'm sorry, this is CPM 20 CV, and this is also CPM 20 CV. They're same steel. G10, titanium. This is DLC titanium, and this is anodized. I just don't. To me, I don't understand how the heck is one production American company knife double the price of another production company knife. Say what you will, it's gonna piss off people, but it's, to me, if I was to pick between these two, it definitely ZT all day, right? That being said, to be fair, I picked the ZT-038 if I had to pick any knife for performance base, almost over all my folding knives. Because I just feel like for the value, the money, the size, everything, the build, it just does it for me. Do it for me. I keep saying that shit wrong, but not to take nothing from this knife. It's an amazing knife. It's just the things I don't like, I don't like. So, anyways, talk to you guys later.